Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. We had the dire auto-stacking Ancients bug. Ice Frog, please. It has been fixed very quickly, so thanks to Valve for that. And we are finally ready to get underway with the Alienware Summer's End Cup. This is a 3-day affair, single elimination, best of 3 bracket, featuring 8 of the more interesting teams, I would say, after the European reshuffle. Of course, I'm not alone here. I'm LD. I am joined by DJ Winter. And Winter, we're going to get things started with Alliance taking on the 4 Clovers and Leprechaun. What do you think?
I regret signing up for this.
You immediately regret your decision. I guess you've more gradually come to regret it as the delays have dragged on. But we've got a game now. Of course, it's the new, or should I say the old Alliance, with S4 rejoining the squad and my nuts rounding out the roster. So, do you have any thoughts on these new lineups? On the other side, of course, 4 Clovers and Leprechaun. And there is an issue with Reborn, guys, where I don't think it uses the players' proper names, but I believe their current roster is Bambo, EGM, Swift Ending, Pycat, and someone tweeted at me how I'm supposed to say this.
That's
I was told it's Saxa, not Saka or Sachka. Saxa. Guy might be trolling me, I'm not sure, but that's what he said.
So we have Alliance versus the ex-Alliance players.
There you go. So, definitely some interesting storylines there. Neither team has played a whole lot in the new patch. There really haven't been many tournaments in Europe. If you look at the Alliance, they played the ESL 1 qualifier, and that was it, where they faced Ninjas in Pajamas, and they ended up losing to them and getting knocked out of the bracket. They were running a lot of Nature's Prophet in that series. 3 out of 4 of their matches were Prophet games. But for now, we're not seeing it. Very standard, 6.84 picks so far.
It's not so standard though when you open with, I don't know, but they gave up the tusk and they picked Queen into Lina. Usually you don't want to do that, but I think for the first 2 opening heroes, I think 4 Clovers had a much more versatile opening with their 2 picks, I think.
So, Lina Tusk, it's just like a very solid opening here. Now, generally it seems like the European teams, when they pick the Lina, it is a core Lina, not a support.
No one plays support Lina in Europe.
Oh, I'm not saying nobody plays it. It seems like it's more common to run the core Lina there, though, especially if you first pick it.
And especially against a Queen though, because you win when you can actually use Lina to win the lane against a lane dominator like Queen, it's actually more worth it to go for a core position on the Lina.
Okay, so Io does get banned. A bit of a nod to Alliance and what they like to run. Of course, 4 Clovers have a great Io player of their own in Mr. Dooney, or EGM, and Alliance will go ahead, ban out the Darkseer and the Bloodseeker. Interesting on the Bloodseeker ban there especially.
The Darkseer is also a weird ban, right?
A little bit.
So they're actually anticipating the Tusk to be a support by banning the Darkseer.
Yeah, or maybe they think the Lina is.
No,
but,
they want Brood
yeah.
Mother. Maybe they want Brood Mother. That's why they're banning Darkseer. And
yeah, Brood Mother has slipped through. Generally something that, if it's left in at this stage, is definitely a consideration. And there's no great Brood Mother counters as of yet picked up.
Maybe not so soon though. The next pick, the 4th pick, is more general where you see the Brood actually pop up. The 4th or the 5th pick.
As for the 4 Clovers, they have played a handful of matches since the new roster has been put together. Actually, the only real notable one was they got 2-0'd in ESL 1 by the Monkey Freedom Fighters. Let's see what they ran in that series. Pretty standard. They did a tiny IO game. They did run a Bambo Enigma, which is kind of unusual, and it looks like it was a core Enigma as well. So something to keep in mind here. But so far, not seeing anything crazy like that.
I think if my memory serves me correctly, this team likes to run Bloodseeker, right? Because I remember watching a lot of Bambo playing Bloodseeker. I haven't watched many of their games, but there are a couple of games I saw him playing offlane Bloodseeker.
What do you think about the offlane Bloodseeker? Is that strong? I know you don't like it safe lane. You said that's
yeah,
like...
I don't really like it safe lane. I prefer him elsewhere.
Okay. Well, 4 Clovers grab their Disruptor now, so they get a...
Still feels like a
team
brute
fight.
game. Still feels like a brute game.
Uh-oh. Brood Mother comes. That is one. I think it's out of like the current heroes in the patch that feel reasonably strong. Broodmother is probably the one that suits Bulldog the best, with Nature's Prophet and especially Lone Druid not really seeing a whole lot of play right now.
It's a bit tricky to pick it here though, because you don't have the last, you don't see the fourth hero before you pick the Broodmother, so maybe he wants to wait it out, because right now 4 Clovers can still pick a support and a carry that deals with the Broodmother, and they can still definitely fit Axe into their lineup.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially if they... I guess at this point, quite a good chance they do run that support Tusk. If they need an Axe, they certainly would. And that's a scary combo as well. The Snowball into the Berserker's Call. Then you give him the Chop. Alliance now. 4th pick. Not having really revealed the overall game plan here. Just focusing on solid lanes. Very strong defensive lineup so far.
Yeah, they're definitely thinking about it, because at this junction you want to think about what you want to put on your off lane. You might want to leave your carry till last. So they're definitely putting a lot of time into thinking whether it's worth it for them to do that. Because if they want to keep the Broodmother option open, they have to pick a carry here.
Is there any do you think it's worth leaving it to 5th pick? Because there's a much greater chance it gets banned if 4 Clovers are afraid of it.
It just really depends on what is your plan, or what do you want to do. If you already have a carry that you want to pick no matter what, then maybe it's possible for you to leave the Broodmother pick open, so you pick a carry now. Otherwise, it's always better to leave the carry till last, because the carry is the most important hero in your draft most of the time.
So if you pick Brood, normally it's a Space Creator. Is that like an anti-mage 5th pick? What's your preferred partner for the Broodmother? We're talking a lot about this, but I'm just curious at this point.
Yeah, AM or PL is like one of the few best.
Yeah,
maybe,
PL is banned, of course.
Maybe you can go for a more traditional one.
A Storm Lifestealer, maybe?
Radiant team pick.
Look at this. Versus Lina and Tusk as well.
If
this
they
should
want
be
to
interesting.
If they want to pick the Storm, it actually means the Queen will be offlane. I don't know how much I like about that, but it's still quite possible they want to run the Storm. They have to put the Queen on the offlane.
I feel like Queen's not the best vehicle for Lifestealer at all, because she's fairly squishy. You don't have a constant mobility spell. The Blink does have a cooldown, and yeah, you jump in before you have a BKB, they can easily just drop the Static Storm and punish you for that.
Yeah, but I don't really know why they are picking the Lifestealer here. Maybe they just want to pick the hero. I'm not sure, because it's not the greatest against this.
Maybe he disconnected. No, I'm gentle checking. Because I remember we had a cast where there was some weird pick. We're like, why would they do this? And we talked about it for a minute, and then we realized everyone had disconnected, and it wasn't.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
But no, this is not a disconnect. This is a deliberate grab here by S4.
I mean, it's good against Lina up until she gets the Aghanims, then Lifestealer starts to be weak against Lina. So I could understand Lifestealer being good against Lina and Disruptor. Against Tusk, Lifestealer is usually... Yeah, it's the same thing against Beastmaster. Lifestealer is very vulnerable to getting kited in a fight against...
He needs a nice ride, dude. He needs a good ride here.
He's not going to be moving in the fights against the Sigil and the Ball.
Oh, Prophet could have been a possibility. That when he was strong, the Lifestealer Prophet was pretty common. And of course, a Bulldog special. And that would potentially fulfill your point that Queen of Pain is not the best offlaner here. But obviously, not an option anymore.
I'm not sure what they want here, because it's kind of difficult. You want to have a very solid vehicle. I mean, you want to have either Storm or Clockwork. Storm will actually...
You want the Bugatti of vehicles, and that is definitely not a Broodmother, but that's exactly what they're going to pick.
They're still going to pick the Broodmother. So
Winter, you never cease to amaze with your predictions.
They still really want to go for the Broodmother, but their 4th pick was a bit weird, because I think they were just trying to pick one carry that can fit in a lot of lineups. And they feel Lifestealer is one of the most solid carries to pick, and you can still pick the Broodmother after, because Lifestealer is very self-sustainable in a lane. You don't really need much. But it's kind of weird that you have Lifestealer with Brood, because Lifestealer you want to constantly fight, and Broodmother is breathing. But it could still work together if your Brood actually wins the lane hard enough for the Lifestealer. I mean, when you win the lane as a Broodmother, right, you force a lot of rotations to your lane to actually deal with the Broodmother. And Lifestealer is one of the carries that can TP to assist the Broodmother, because you don't really need too many items.
let me see. What has changed about life? I know they added the Aghanims upgrade with Lifestealer. Have you ever have you experimented with it? Is it any good?
No, what does it do?
It's the
Don't you
which
get
is
some
it's consume, right?
mind control thing? You can go
10
into.
seconds remaining.
No, sorry. Consume is the assimilate. You eat an allied hero, and then when you heal, they heal. And when they jump out, they do the damage, like when you know, like normally, like when he infests and pops out.
And you can count how many lifesteal counters.
You can also eject them. I've never actually used this Aghanims upgrade, but you can like force them out. So it's kind of like Tiny. You can, instead of tossing them in, you jump in, you eject them, and then you run away and get your ally.
Don't worry, he's not gonna buy that item. Trust me.
Troll is gonna wrap things up. So some throwback heroes now, Winter, and more control for this Lifestealer with the bash coming from Swift Ending. This should be very interesting.
Wait, who's the mid player on this team?
Is it Pycat?
Which one is Pycat? I don't have.
I'm actually. I'm not sure. These silly names.
Swift Ending is the carry player, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
Pycat played the Wind Ranger and the Queen of Pain for them, which
Beastmaster
I believe did go mid.
Beastmaster is Sexy Bambo.
Okay, so that would leave Cannon Cool as Pycat if it is not a stand-in.
Okay, so the Lina will be mid. So they have a safe lane Troll versus the Brood. It's not super bad versus Brood, but it's still gonna have a hard time. You have spells to clear the spiders, but if Brood Mother, I think if Brood Mother manages to get level 5, the lane is like, or level 4 or level 5, the Brood Mother can easily win this lane against the two heroes. Maybe they want to run a tri lane though instead of Tusk plus Beastmaster top. Yeah, it's possible because they have a dust on the Tusk. Go ahead, my friend, take it away.
All right, I'm LD. He's Winter, guys. Welcome to the Alienware Summers End Cup Gaming Paradise. Well, there was more trouble than paradise there, but the good news is Alienware stepped up and brought this 3-day cup for you guys. So you've got some Dota content over the weekend, so big shout out to them for making it possible. Of course, it's 4 Clovers and Leprechaun taking on Alliance. We've got EGM playing the Disruptor here for 4C and Alf. Saxa on the Tusk, because this is how I was told it's supposed to be pronounced, so I could be wrong. But Pycat, handle your Lina. It will be Mr. Sexy, Mr. Bambo in the offlane on the Beastmaster, and then rounding things out will be Swift Ending handling the Troll. And meanwhile, well, the bigger team name at least, it's the old Alliance, but with one face that was in for a little while. We've got Dongner, of course, back in the fold. Bulldog as the offlane Broodmother. Ake on the Witch Doctor. It will be, I believe this is also Loda, just using a weird name, on the Lifestealer. We've got Manuts handling the Earthshaker, S4 or Carl on the Queen of Pain. So, a new Alliance, but really back to the old Alliance for the most part. Only player they're missing is, of course, Mr. EGM, who is now cast to the winds.
How about Mr. Pycat?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he didn't win TI3 with them, though, so...
Oh, okay, so you're talking... Okay, the old one. Okay.
the most glorious of alliances. Here we go, Winter.
Alright, they have the numbers here. 5 versus 4.
They have the Boar as well. It's not a fair fight. And off the bat, the Boar starts slowing down Mr. Carl. They got off on decent shards. He blinks into the shards, but it will be Pycat securing the early bounty rune top. And Bulldog says, great. I get to play 1v0. This is my kind of lane. And he will early on get off to a nice start. So it is a solo mid Lina. Was pulled the region. Already eating a tango. And we'll be playing that core role.
This is really tough. Queen didn't get the rune, and Lina already having a much better matchup, getting the first bounty rune.
And you can see how much fun this matchup is when you start getting the stuns. But they are bringing in my nuts right away. Does get the fissure. Oh, blinking it deep, finds the Radiant Courier, and then ends up dying as a result. So the first blood will go the way of Pycat. Does get the Courier kill, but will he go down to my nuts? Gets off the stun, still chasing. There's no mana for fissure, no clarities here. S4. He does prevent the early bottle delivery, but he also gives him the gold for the bottle as well. What do you make of that trade?
Not sure whether it was worth it though, because you get... I mean, goal-wise is sort of even, but then the Lina got levels. Now he's like very much, I think at least 1 level after he clears this whole creep wave. He's gonna be 1 whole level or even more ahead of the Queen of Pain.
My nuts rotating top, but with the boots first, he's just inches short. He's gonna have to fissure momentarily. Not gonna go for it here. Sexy Bambo will live to fight another day. So.
This Brood is gonna be a big problem because they are actually not having 3 heroes here. These 2 heroes can't really zone and stop the Brood from getting levels. So Brute is gonna get her level 3 and level 4. I think once she gets those levels, she's gonna be able to, I mean, just destroy this lane. The Tusk needs to help this lane. I think he can't really help the other lanes. This lane is the most dangerous lane for them. I think they need to secure this lane for the troll.
And they do have that dust currently sitting on EGM, so there's some kill potential here, Winter, if they catch him off guard. As well as a Sentry Ward down in the lane right now, and Bulldog doesn't have any detection of his own, so can't deward this. We'll have an opportunity here if he does decide to come the bottom lane, but not going that direction for now. Marches down mid. He will be the courier. Oh, look at that. This is a match made in heaven. Tusk and Lina, best friends to the end. So a little
Fire
bottle
and
service
ice.
coming your way for Pycat.
Fire and ice, my friend.
A beautiful song it is. And with
He's
the
actually losing out on the CS battle though. I kind of didn't expect Alina to be behind the Queen. I thought he actually got a huge wave of creeps coming to the
Uh-oh, may go down here. Ah, didn't have the slave. Just a bit short on the mana. Almost gets the kill though. Yeah, he's Queen of Pain doing really well in the CS, all things considered.
Yeah, Queen actually died as well, like considering everything. So I'm quite surprised that the Lina is actually behind.
The Lina did use one tango before the creep spawned, just like so she didn't have much regen, but then she gets the kill anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't seem like it. And of course the leader for now is the Lifestealer top. Free denies on this off lane, but not really stopping Bambo from getting his levels. He's already cracked level 3 and is proving to be a nuisance here towards Ake.
But still, the Brood Mother is still going to be the primary focus, I think, for Alliance. The Brood is going to be level, like, she got all the levels she needs right now, so she's going to be able to dominate the lane. And when the Brood gets the levels, you will want to help the lane with either from a support rotating in or someone, maybe a Queen rotating in later to actually help the Brood get kills in the lane if she can't actually get a kill on her own. We saw that from, I think it was the Mineski game, when they had Spirit Breaker. Once the Brood hits like level 5, level 6, the Spirit Breaker just TPs to the lane and helps the Brood secure a kill. I think we could see that for maybe the Queen or the Shaker as well, helping the Brood secure kills.
Yeah, for now, a lot of attention on this top lane as My Nuts again rotates that way. They do get a Lina stun off in the mid. The shards come through, but Carl, S4 blinking away, will survive. As EGM looks to secure the bottom rune. My Nuts trying to catch the top one and will grab the invis and gets away.
They're really not paying attention to this Brood though. The Tusk has totally abandoned this lane. I think it will come back
And they
to
started
bite
with
them,
Dust, which makes it seem like they want to
Yeah.
pressure the Brood.
It's just really weird. He started with Dust and he wasn't in the lane at all.
Well, I mean,
This is-
EGM has the Dust, but it just... Oh, Pycat finding the kill mid on Carl.
The Disruptor might be dead at bottom. Oh no, he's fine.
He's fine for now, but it's level 3 Spider Lanes to worry about here. It looks like Bulldog may go into an early Orchid Winter. We have not seen this build so much lately from Broodmothers. Generally, it's the Midas Rush and then the Deso, I would say, more often than not.
I think the primary thought process behind this is because he needs to be able to silence the troll if he wants to man mode and kill the troll. Otherwise, troll will just drop the axe and you can't really hit him because you have the miss chance on you. Maybe that was the primary thought process because the Brood this game you need to, if you want to push and break the tower, you need to kill the troll in the lane. So maybe the thought process was that. And to kill the troll, you need Orchid.
They tried to deward here in the top side of the map, but My Nuts... No, I think it was actually Ake who dropped the sentry, but just barely out of range. And this has allowed Bambo to get away with a lot. No, level 3 so far. Not quite getting what the Broodmother is, but considering they're tri-laning him for the most part, still doing fairly well.
The early game is just looking really good for, I think, Alliance right now. All the 3 cores are getting super good farm.
They
And
are
if you
getting
look
their
at
farm, and they're getting their levels on the offlane. Bulldog already level 6. Hasn't started really pushing yet, but as the rest of the team moves elsewhere, My Nuts fishing for an initiation mid. We may see them really ramp up the aggression on this bottom lane.
I think probably on the Queen though. Earthshaker doesn't seem like he's too interested in going down there to help. He's just basically securing, he's doing some stacks maybe? No, he hasn't got stacks. He's just securing runes and trying to help the Queen in the lane so far. And the Lifestealer's lane as well. So maybe the
emphasis
Queen...
on this top rune here. We've seen at least 2-3 heroes rotate there every single time, and
Yeah, they want to
Saxo
make
gonna
sure
get the bottom freely.
they want to make sure the Beastmaster is not stacking because when Troll was a hot pick, you used to see a lot of heroes use like Beastmaster. You stack Ancients for the Troll, so the Troll can actually become very strong very early. I think that's actually most seen on Magnus plus Troll. instead of Beastmaster. You can do it as well. But top lane, they're gonna go in with the open wounds on the Beastmaster.
They forced the TP. Are they gonna commit for this one? He does not have the ultimate just yet. Maybe needed that bit of extra damage. Not gonna commit for it, and does force the TP. They back away. So still a nice little win there for Alliance, and Beastmaster under a lot more pressure, whereas the Bulldog Brood is just having a free lane of it now.
They have a TP on the Queen LD right now, because if you look at the game situation for Alliance, the Brood has her levels, but she can't push the lane because Tro is able to defend, constantly defend. And they have
he doesn't care about the spider lanes. Like, he's got the AoE nuke, he's super tanky with 12 armor and the poor man shield.
They need someone to come and help release the release the Broodmother, or make the Broodmother powerful right now.
In the meanwhile, he's just farming up these spider lanes, or at least forcing them back. So
because she's like currently trapped in this situation where the troll is just constantly clearing the wave, and she can't really do damage to the lane. And here comes the Lifestealer Bomb on the Witch Doctor. Not very conventional.
Not your normal vehicle. This is like the Ford Taurus of Lifestealer bombs. You know, Bugatti is gonna have to wait until Ake's acquired some items.
What? They see him. They see him.
I'll take what they can get for now.
Good. That is not good.
But do they know? Lifestealer is missing top, but the lane's also pushing.
It's like, they probably, it's a Witch Doctor, but if it's a Queen coming in, then you'll probably think, oh, the Lifestealer.
It's a very ballsy Witch Doctor, though, considering he's just waltzing through their jungle.
That doesn't mean get a kill. He's gonna get a kill mid, I think, because the Lina would think that they were trying to gank bottom, so he's gonna get a kill here.
Pycat in danger here. Casca's gonna come out. Quap blinking forward, unloading the ultimate. Lina's stun will connect on Carl, and they still get the kill. Now rotating out, no TP rotation, and the first bomb a success.
Yeah, and you see now Brood is like forcing 3 heroes bottom, so they're able to, the rotation to mid was successful.
Might find a secondary kill as Bambo just barely got scouted here by the Dire Observer. One more auto attack will do him in. Trying to fog, not good enough. He just kind of pokes a dagger around the tree line and secures an additional kill. 2 for Carl as he gets on the board, and well, Bulldog not getting the momentum in his lane, so still no pressure on this tower.
But he's still doing his job, right? Because if you look at the map, he managed to force, and he's gonna try and get a kill on the Tusk here.
Snowball coming in, will connect, and then the immediate TP out. Will he get out in time? No, the nuke slams the door.
So he's forcing a lot of attention to his lane, so the team can gank the other lane. And what Ake did just now, even though he didn't get a kill on Bulldog's lane, but I think this ward, being able to place this ward on the lane, is gonna help Bulldog a lot. So at least still something was done to help his lane. This ward is going to be weak.
Top. There's no roar available, and just got the boar. Got the boar. Not a very aggressive gank. They wanted the full fissure block there, it looks like. So something we saw a lot from XZ and TI as well was just this take over the enemy wood style, and especially in a game like this where you don't really have a great ganker for the Brood, it seems there's very little 4CL can do about it.
Yeah, he can't push the lane, so he's just doing his best to get as much possible from farm in the jungle. So he's just doing whatever he can.
Back mid, trying for the Lina stun. Not quite there with the coordination and timing. Would have been a kill if they'd hit it though, I think.
Just a tad too slow, but now the Brood, because he can't actually do anything at bottom, I think he can choose to gank middle, or maybe try to take the middle tier 1. Maybe in the next couple of minutes. His team has to somehow make an opening for him, I think. The Shaker or the Queen. Or maybe with another Lifestealer Bomb somehow in the next minute.
They're going to start moving the Lina around, but doesn't have any vision. Now sees the Earthshaker, but without phase boots, can't quite get there. Trapping out Loda with the shards, so they want to commit for this. Pycat's trying to draw the wave back. An early rage comes out as Lifestealer frantically looking to retreat, and he will be fine. So now they know there's 3 top, and this gives Bulldog confidence to move in towards the bottom lane. They also have the Witch Doctor in position. No, there is a TP on Swift ending, though. So unless they get some lucky cast bounces, it's going to be tough to find the kill. Cask will bounce to the creep. Now the Death Ward coming through. It keeps on bouncing. Oh, he may not be able to get out. Indeed, he won't. Very nicely played there by Ake, securing the kill and committing the Death Ward as well.
Yeah, they got the 2 bounce on the troll there, but this is again Alliance forcing them to move around the map, and the Broodmother effect is going to kick in soon because they move away from the lane and they left the troll vulnerable. But the thing is, I think 4 Clovers need to get the Beastmaster to level 6 so he can actually come down to the Brood's lane and actually gank the Brood though. Without the Raw, it's kind of difficult for them to do that.
Orchid Malevolence recipe is out now. So Bulldog, despite not taking a tower, has gotten his Orchid. Meanwhile, Nuts getting dove top, and Carl looking to counter-initiate on this. Elite start off the mark. They still have Laguna, though, as well as a Roar. Carl's got to be very careful. Roar, Laguna deleted. S4 down. Ake rotating in, but he's suddenly found himself surrounded by two bruisers running at him. Saxa is, and meanwhile, also chasing in the mid lane is Loda. Gets off the Orchid Signs. A wild spider appears, and that is not what you want to wake up to, Winter. Just hanging over your head. You're hoping it's a nightmare, and then you find out it's not. It's a donger.
Yeah, the Brute has now shown his Orchid. I'm not sure if they actually knew before that. But right now they have to not show anyone. I think no one can actually go to the lane alone against the Brute right now. They need at least like one of the supports to be behind whoever is going to take care of the Brute's lane.
And they still haven't taken a tower here on either side, despite all the rotations.
He should be able to solo kill even the Troll right now. Everyone is an easy target for the Brute.
I correct myself. I meant the side lane towers. The mid tower, of course, just fell to the Broodmother. But yeah, despite the Beastmaster Troll as well as the Brood, these side lanes have been stubbornly alive for now. That may change soon as Bulldog is getting a lot harder to deal with. He's already level 11. No Midas even.
They need to calm down and kill him with the next Raw. I think this is very, very important for them. Otherwise, they are going to be under a lot of pressure. They have to deal with the Broodmother at least like this one time.
And it almost seems like Alliance is expecting that. They have the Infest Bomb. He's upgraded from his Ford Taurus. You know, now he's got a nice BMW 325i. Still not quite the Bugatti that he's looking for, but he'll have to wait until another draft for that. And now bringing in Swift Ending to hold the line here, but the Invis Quap is in position, has a ward as well, is going to see Saxa. This should be an easy pickoff for him. Going with the Scream, and now the Fissure comes out and will help them secure the kill, chasing onwards to EGM. Can't glimpse him back. Can he get out in time? No, sir. Dong has arrived, and down goes two more. On the other side of the fight, though, Lina came in and got them a couple of counter kills, and now they're going to bring down an additional hero as the Lifestealer of Loda falls. Oh, it's up to Ake and the Donger to get it done. A 3-for-3 bloodbath here in the woods. Ends up ending just like that. Lina came in from the behind and salvaged the fight. Looked like it was going to be really bad at first. They end up coming out on top, Winter.
Yeah, the Lifestealer just got controlled so much. Like you could see in the fights, it's starting to get obvious that the Lifestealer is not going to be able to do a lot of carry this game because he's against a lineup that deals with him very, very well.
And now TP, one hero in bottom. Queen of Pain's arriving. They have the Orchid available. Who does he want to go on? It's immediately onto Sexy Bambo as the snowball comes through. Will connect on the Donger. Queen of Pain ult committed, and they get Saxa again. This 850 net worth Tusk really struggling, and it seems like that may be the story of the game now, Winter. These Radiant supports just so underfarmed as well as underleveled right now. They are having a very rough go of it early on.
Yeah, but the cores on Alliance are not very farm. You look at the net worth, it's just the Brute being strong.
Speaking of that Brood, caught up by the Yules. Lina stun comes through, perfectly timed, and will be enough for the kill with that. Forcing S4 to blink away.
This is really, really bad now. They gave the kill to the Lina. Actually, it's actually not as bad as giving the kill to the Troll though. Because Troll will be their primary damage later into the game.
Well, it may mean that early Ags comes out for Pycat, and should it come out early, well, your Lifestealer is going to have a very tough game on his hands. It looks like Loda will go back into an armlet. So just getting some cheap HP. Still needs to finish it up. But he'll need every bit of health against that Aghanim's Laguna Blade.
It's not even that, it's the biggest problem, right? I think the biggest problem is the ball plus the sigil. And even the raw from the Beastmaster. Those are all the bigger problems that the Lifestealer is going to be facing, rather than just the Laguna. He's not going to be able to do too much damage in the team fights.
He's kind of a damage sponge. It feels like he's not really the main threat, but then again, you look at S4, kind of poor here, just 1,600 gold, no big items picked up, and the other hero's a Brood, and Brood also has to worry about getting kited.
Yeah, the top engagement before left them with a lot of problems though, because the Queen TP'd top and she died, and she used her ultimate at top, and they didn't get the kill on the Lina.
Speaking of Lina, it is an early Shadow Amulet, so we may just see a Shadow Blade coming out here.
So he wants to use this to actually catch the Brood. I think this is the primary reason.
And also pretty good against the... Yeah, I guess mainly just for that.
I think it's quite a quite obvious that they realized that the lifestealer is not the biggest problem, right? Otherwise, he would be building the Aerodins first. And I kind of agree because I know that I think that the lifestealer with the ball and the raw and the tusk sigil is not going to be able to do too much. So I think the Shadow Blade is going to be much better here in this situation for 4 Clovers.
And then the Beastmaster Troll are just like the cherry on top. At that point, because I think when they picked the Lifestealer, it was only the Tusk and the Lina that had been shown, and these last 2 picks are just even give them additional control over him.
Yeah, I think they didn't actually get enough of advantage though. Going into late game is kind of going to be very heavily favored by 4 Clovers, I feel, with their lineup.
Well, they are pushing as though they already have the advantage here. Getting aggressive on the mid lane. The top tier 2 got caved in, and now they'll grab the tier 1 bottom as well. So that leaves 4 outer towers up for the Radiant. They're about to lose one to Bulldog, but maybe they can initiate on him, popping the stick. Now they get off the shards. Oh, doesn't quite connect. And elsewhere in the mid lane, the Lifestealer Bomb isolates EGM. He drops a Static Storm, but to no avail, and they even glimpse back the Queen of Pain, just giving her a free trip home to safety. Meanwhile, Lina, though, hunting for Bulldog, has the Laguna. Easy solo kill. Pycat on a mega kill streak here at 10k net worth, 7-1-2, and he's done it the honest way, purely by farming heroes.
Yeah, the Shadow Blade there already showing its worth, showing that he's going to be able to pressure the Broodmother in return. Now the Brood has to be careful because right now he will not know whether he's actually being seen by the Lina, and he can't really see the Lina if the Lina comes and finds him first. So maybe you want to get a Sentry and Sentry the jungle if you're the Brood right now, because it's not going to be safe for him. Yeah, you might want to get your own true sight.
I'm just looking at the way the Pycat moves around the map right now. He feels like he's completely in control of this game. Just confidently grabbing runes, rotating into the enemy woods, making solo ganks of his own happen. He's really not afraid of what Alliance can do to him.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough now for the Broodmother, I think. This pickup is actually going to limit a lot of the Broods. You know, because you want to invade the jungle, right? But with the Shadow Blade, you kind of feel like you have to play safe.
They have a Sentry mid. They might be able to catch him out. Perhaps the confidence is a bit too far, and Pycat will pay. Very nice trap sprung there by Alliance. And a much needed kill on that Lina.
Yeah, that is a really big kill, actually. He played too aggressive there.
It should keep him more on the defensive, which is a psychological victory as well as the kill. For the more practical benefits. They complete now an armlet on Loda. They'll start working on this top lane.
They need to get a gem on the Beastmaster, I think. As soon as I think he wants to get it, maybe after he completes his Necrobook tree though. But they really need True Sight to control the map. There's so much deep boards here. This is I think the second or the third deep board that Alliance have in the 4 Clovers jungle. They're gonna try and get this Roshan though.
There's no Lina, no buyback, and Donger will walk down into the pit, has the ultimate, but wants to save it for a potential teamfight as they glimpse back Ake, trap him out in the river. Nice axes coming through. Carl will engage. He leaps into the middle of the enemy squad, but he will get chain stunned and focused down by the troll, bashing his way through these heroes. Fissure again connecting. Beautiful death ward to counter. They force the troll back. Donger's got a little room to maneuver here. He does get trapped by kind of feel, but the Spiderlings finish what the hero could not. Ends up being a 2-for-2 exchange as Lina will now rejoin the mid lane. Walking past that Sentry Ward that scouted her out earlier, looks like she just wants to continue pressuring on the mid-tier 2 rather than engage into the pit. I'm just looking at the mini-map, Winter. So many sentries everywhere. Detection is of utmost priority for both teams.
He's actually going to try and go in.
Lina has the combo. This is extremely dangerous. They get the shards off now. Laguna Blade not quite level 3, but oh, Lifestealer getting onto the Lina, has the Yule Scepter, goes invis for now, and now sucked into the snowball. Roche drops low, but it's not finished off just yet. They go into the pit. They're committing on the Brood. They have the Laguna, but she does get silenced. Can't use it just yet. Donger fighting against the big rock man. Doesn't get off the ultimate. Ends up going down. A huge victory for Alliance. The silence worked its magic. Lina unable to retreat, and now they'll clean up EGM as well. Alliance getting away with murder, both of Roshan and of 4 Clovers. They will collect a massive pile of gold objectives, and on the back of that, some map control as well.
I'm not sure about that snowball though. I think the Lina didn't want to go in.
Get in here! No, leave me alone!
He was actually fine though because the Witch Doctor, I stunned, and he actually thought he would die, but I think the Lina would actually have survived even though the Tusk didn't bring her in. I don't know. I think it wasn't a really good decision though to bring the Lina and the Snowball into the Rush Pit. It was just way too deep they went in.
Yeah, and unfortunately she did not reserve her Yules to clear the the Orchid. So once she got silenced in the middle of the pit, the spiderlings, the spider itself, there was just no saving poor Pycat.
Yeah, but I still think they're in an okay position because they have better late game. And Alliance so far, right now, they need a big lead, right, to go into the mid and late game so that they can actually push high ground. With the lead they have currently, it's still quite manageable. Do they even have a huge... 5k is not that big against what 4 Clovers have. I think they need at least like maybe 10,000 net worth lead for them to be able to push high ground. 10 or 15,000.
They're prepping here on low to have the roar available, but worried about what's behind him. They're not going to commit on that.
They see the queen here, so they know.
And Carl has completed his Aghanim Scepter, S4. Only the level 2 ultimate for now, but does beef up their team fight quite a bit. So we're going to see Bulldog with his own BKB. Now he's safe against the Lina combo, at least for the present moment. Still no Ags up, although that will be the next pickup here for Pycat. Working towards it. Leads about 1,400 gold, it seems, so not that far off. But you can see 4 Clovers playing a little more defensive here in their movements, Winter. They're smoking as a pack. They're not really running around solo or getting aggressive on the Dire side the way they were before. They know they got to be careful. And, oh, Donger. Bulldog, he's going to dodge the gank and get away.
That's why I think they need a gem, though. I think a gem is more important than the book tree right now. They really need this gem very badly.
Bulldog is playing dangerously here. In the trees, they even ping out about a few units away from where the actual hero is. And now the Hawk comes over the top.
Did they place a sentry there?
No.
Oh,
they have one sentry over here, but I don't think he's walked past it recently. Now he will, but no actual wards here to give them any vision.
Yeah, so right now the plan I think for 4 Clovers is to you farm your Aghanims first on the Lina and her level 16, which she's gonna get in 1 or 2 more creep waves, and then you try and go for pickoffs after. I think the gem is still top 2 priority after the Lina Aghanims. They really need this gem to at least secure back and control the jungle.
They are smoked here, or not smoked, rather invis. And unfortunately, Carl gonna get scouted out as it will break. And the Hawk gives them the vision they need. They could even commit a roar and try to go on this, and they will do so. Lifesteal immediately popping out. Earthshaker engage. He gets the fissure on 2, but now they have to dive uphill. There's no troll here, but he's about to rotate his way in. Roar was already committed for this, and Loda just tanks on the high ground, gets the first kill. Elsewhere in the fight, Saxa in very far and does not finish off Carl. Now they look to farm up the Necro books a bit. Pycat only just now arriving, and still about 200 gold short. 150 short of that eggs. Could sell his magic wand and have it.
Now they are in trouble.
Now he's got the gold.
Because they choose to be aggressive there, they went out of their high ground and they wasted 2 big spells, the silence from Disruptor and the Raw. So now it gives Alliance a huge opening to take a side of Rex.
They are going to continue the siege, but Lina Ags is inbound. Have to be careful here. Not to get blown up by that and find yourselves down a hero off the bat. As they continue to spam the wave, Alliance really pressing the advantage, trying to force their way in. The Aegis still has a bit of time left. Continuous slaves, in and out, they go. They glimpse him back. Not really the best one will rage and just walk away from the kinetic field. And with no glimpse available, he can get out.
They're just trying to buy time for both the ultis to come off cooldown.
They're about to have the roar. They do have the eggs on the Lina. And they dodge the bullet. They'll hang on to their base.
They didn't actually take so much damage as I thought they would. They only took like 300 damage on the tower.
And they didn't even glyph. They still have the glyph available.
I thought they would actually take more damage than that. But in the end of the day, they didn't get punished so hard, so I think they're just really happy to be able to prolong the game. They just need to, I think, last another 10-15 minutes, then the game will be tipping in very much into their favor because their lineup just excels when it reaches into late game scenario.
Yeah, you can tell Alliance understand that as well. They really tried to force that tower, and they're going for tier 3 when there's still tier 2s up on the map, which obviously means they know this game needs to end fairly soon. While their draft is still very strong. But it's not easy to push in.
I say their window is like maybe they have another 10 to 15 minutes. That's about it. After that, I think it's going to be... If the game goes beyond 10 to 15 minutes after this, it's going to get difficult. Wow.
Well, EDM really wanted those spider lights.
It's like, he used it, it's like a 30-second cooldown ultimate.
It's yeah, 90 seconds. It's not short.
Yeah, but I guess they don't really need it that desperately right now. And Lina's gonna look for a pick-off. He saw the Shaker, I think. He's trying to look for the Shaker.
No dire vision as Bulldog continues to toy with heroes in the Radiant Woods. Still searching for that Shaker, though. Slaving from the far side of the trees. He's waiting for the Shadow Blade cooldown. We'll have it here momentarily.
The Shaker and the Witch Doctor are one-shot kills with maybe 1 shot plus 1 right click. 1 Laguna plus 1 right click.
But he's also getting dangerously close to a 4-hero pile-up if he continues moving. And you'll see he just patrols the safer area. He knows if anybody comes near this ward, I'll see them coming. At least break a smoke and be able to back away. Unfortunately for Pycat, won't find a kill, but at least he's not dying, so he'll still be okay with that.
I think right now they just need to really focus on just pushing the waves out so that Alliance can't really come and threaten their towers and just wait for... They're actually not spending the gold on the Troll. So Troll has 3k unspent gold and they're trying to take this fight. So the Troll is actually not that strong.
Smoked up. He doesn't have a BKB.
Yeah, he's not that strong,
tanky.
Man.
Look at his net worth, and it doesn't feel like he has that 11k, almost even with the lead in terms of what will offer in the fight. Just goes and gets the Lagoon on the Witch Doctor. Now the Fissure coming out, connects on 3. Snowball over the top. They go into the Echo Slam, into the Guapold. Beautifully placed by S4. Isn't enough to get the kill, though. He's trying to man fight the Troll, not succeeding. It's up to the Lifestealer to get the job done. And rushing in is Loda, but now Roared, focused. They glimpse back. Carl, they'll bring him out as well. It's 3 dead. It might even be 4. Can he fight his way out? Loda has the Basher, needs a little RNG. He's not getting the bash, kited by the boar. Pops the stick, tries to hang on. Armlet toggle, my man. Armlet toggle. It's not going to be easy. He can't do it. Ending the dominating streak, 1,000 gold. But guess who's getting Rex? Classic Alliance. Bulldog in through the bottom lane, beating down the melee. And they do have a buyback here. They'll throw it immediately, but it's ever so low. They glimpse Bulldog back. He dodges it with the BKB. Will make his way out. Alliance Doto.
That was just very classic Bulldog play. But I think 4 Clover still got a lot out of that fight though. They killed the Lifestealer and the Queen of Pain. So I think they can actually deal with being one side down, their lineup. Even if they're actually one side down, I think they don't have to be too upset about it. So they just lost the range track, so at the end of the day, but they were forced to use a buyback on the Troll. But at the end of the day, I think they can actually still win this if it's one side of Rex down. I don't think it will be a too big problem for them if they lose one side of Rex against the Brood. Because Brood is not going to be able to fight the Troll later. Yeah, he's not even going to be able to fight the Troll now, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does have the passive, which helps a lot against Troll. But he's never going to just be fighting the Troll anyway. There's always the Sigil, the Roar, the Boar.
Yeah, you saw the Lifestealer, he got tortured by the Sigil and the Boar in the fight.
I don't know what you do at that point. Like, there's really no item that's going to solve that problem.
Blink Dagger Lifestealer, 4-staff Lifestealer, what do you do?
You go Race Car Lifestealer maybe to try and counter it? Like, I think your better bet really is something like a Blink. You have Infest, but I guess relying on the Infest is okay.
No, it just goes back to the point where you pick Lifestealer into so much trouble. It's really tough to itemize the Lifestealer in this game. He just needs to rely on his teammates, I feel.
He's not the carry, even though he was the safe lane farmer.
He is just like, I think you can say a hero that you want to use, like a carry you want to use early to help the Broodmother, I feel. That's why they picked the Lifestealer. So he can actually go to the Broodmother's lane early with an Infest, which they actually made successful. But I think they needed a far bigger lead. Second Roshan right now for them.
And good news for Alliance, my nuts have scouted out the Roshan, and I'll just sit there waiting for the team to rotate. Saxa, as well as Bambo and EGM, setting up an ambush here bottom, and they have got the Hawk doing a little scouting.
Oh, the Brood actually managed to finish the AC. I think it's a really good choice here against the Troll. So now the Troll needs a lot more items now. He's going for a Skadi though, so not gonna finish up. He's not gonna finish his Skadi soon. Maybe the push will come before he is able to complete the Skadi.
They are also blinking in. My nuts has the Fissure available. Does he see the TP? Oh, a little bit slow. Could have echoed maybe to cancel that, but does not opt to use it in the end. Only a support disruptor. It does make it back. They're trying to initiate on the mid lane. Lina fishing for a jump. Does get the stun up to start the fight. And with that, the Roar. Laguna guns him down. Just butchering that poor zombie man.
Yeah, and they have a gem finally on the Beastmaster. I
Dire's
think
middle tower is
maybe
under
they
attack.
maybe they actually picked this up a while ago, but I just noticed it. They have a boost of
Dire's
travel and gem
structures
on the
are
Beastmaster.
fortified.
And do you reckon this is just the counter to the rat being able to move the Beastmaster around more freely?
Middle tower is
Oh, they're gonna
under
catch
attack.
Arcade here.
Uh-oh. Okay, does get trapped out. Static Storm. We'll finish him off on the high ground, but it might come at a cost as they look to glimpse back Bulldog. Yes, BKB doesn't use it. Oh, they get the kill anyway, though.
my
Queen of
God.
Pain looked like it wasn't even close to connecting as far as the visual animation, but did clip him in the end, it seems.
They're stalling for a good amount of time though. I think it's really good for 4 Clovers getting the kill on Loda there. It was really important for them. Because now then
Dire's
with
middle tower is
they
under
really want to
attack.
push with the Aegis on the Queen, and right now because they lost 2 heroes, they can't really push and they have to go back and defend that
Look
lane.
who's pushing. It's the other team. The 4 Clovers are the ones getting aggressive top.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
And that melee Rex is almost fully healed up bottom now, Winter, so Bulldog, well, with the AC, does push a bit quicker, something that 4 Clover should be cautious about. It won't take them nearly as long to bring these structures down, but it seems they are well aware that the rat is the issue, and they're now focusing more on mobility. Wouldn't even be surprised to see multiple boots of travel if this game
Yeah, I think
continues.
it's possible you want to get one more, but maybe later because the Lina kind of has a lot of items more to build before she can actually afford to get the bots, and you don't want to get bots early on Troll. So it's just gonna be the Beastmaster having the bot. So if you actually scout the Brood Mother with your Horde, you can TP in, but you need an extra hero to help you kill the Brood Mother.
Top lane, and
shit.
Jesus, dude. Just vicious play here, but it might end up costing Bycattle. Yules himself, he doesn't have the Shadow Blade for some time. Rage is still going, they get the bash, and with that, the kill.
That was not worth it in the end.
Not remotely worth it, but man, it was fun to watch, that's for sure.
And Brood Mother got Bulldog got a solo pick off on the toss there.
Yeah, his spiderlings will be viciously massacred. The mama sacrificing her brood for the greater good.
And
They
the
continue to
Beastmaster-
hunt in the trees.
Yeah, the Beastmaster actually has chosen to get a Blink as well. I think it's gonna be important for him to use these items to at least kill the Brood Mother once, you know. So far, he hasn't been able to pick off the Brood Mother when she's split pushing. So Bulldog has been doing a really good job at knowing when to back. Like, he has really good map sense, so he knows the Beastmaster is coming every time he sees the
Radiant's
Beastmaster off
top
the map
tower
for
is
some
under
time.
attack.
Here's
So
a
he's
big
always-
item. And guess who just got a haste rune? I don't even have to ask, you already know.
The second haste rune for him this game.
And he's got a Hex as well. And they'll initiate immediately onto the Troll in the mid lane. Not so tanky when he has no ability to lifesteal. And with the Quap ult committed, they'll get the kill. This Hex
Oh, here comes
could
the
be the
Beastmaster.
tide changer.
He bots behind them.
He bots
Oh.
behind them. He then blinks in and Dunger blinks out. The blinking Spider Woman.
No, he should have waited a bit. Oh my god. But they need to get out now.
Now they're reinitiating here, trying to prevent EGM from TPing out. The Hex was cooling down for a bit
If they
longer.
can get this kill, they're gonna take the gem if they can find him.
Do they know? No. I'm not sure if they realized that he BOT'd in. Maybe
Yeah,
they thought he was just hiding in the trees
maybe
already.
they didn't realize. Maybe they didn't realize he bots in. So they're gonna just push right now because the throw is down for another 40 seconds. So they should be able to get this Rex without too much trouble.
Now, there is a BKB up on Pycat Selena, and you know, Winter, you already said you still think 4 Clovers can fight from one lane down. They also have tier 2s mid and top. So
Yeah,
almost no
I
chance
think
they
they
lose multiple lanes.
Radiant's
They
bottom
shouldn't
barracks
they
are
shouldn't
under
really just
attack.
force the defense here. I think they should just give the Rex and not lose anyone. And just wait for a better time to
They
fight.
do have a glyph and backdoor protection still going, but now the creeps arrive.
Radiant's
So hang on to that glyph.
has fallen.
Accept the loss.
I'm kind of surprised that they sent everyone back though. I think they
Glimpse
They
on the
should have-
Bulldog. He didn't get the BKB off, but tried for a blink right before the glimpse completed. He'll end up
think
making
that-
it out anyway.
I think one of the heroes needed to be on the map to roam with the Lina. They don't really need to defend that last Rex, so I'm not sure why they have everyone back at base and only the Lina outside. I think the supports could have at least the task, you know, be on the map and get wards down. I think it's really important for them to have at least
Or at least
one
just
two-
push the lanes out a bit more.
I mean, the lanes are all pushed out, but they just needed the supports to go put wards so that the Lina can find pickoffs. I think they need a ward in the Dire jungle very badly, so the Lina knows when to gank.
And still no gem on Alliance, only the one gem on 4CL. This is Carl. Again, finding good runes here with the map control they've had. It's no surprise
Oh,
he keeps
no.
on grabbing these. And now he may
I mean,
find
they have a
Lina
gem.
in the
They're gonna see-
trees.
They're gonna see him.
BKB is available. Lina might be able to turn this one around, but off the bat, they are going to sacrifice Bambo, and Pycat wants nothing to do with this. And with that death, the gem has fallen, and it's now on, of all heroes, the most mobile one for the Dire squad. Probably this Queen of Pain. Let him. Now the D-Ward Wars can commence.
This is like
big loss.
the last kill they want to give up. And now the Bulldog is going to scout things out here for his team.
He goes in to start off just with some regular old auto attacks now, committing onto Saxa. Silenced up, tries to hide with the Glimmer, but not going to make it out in the end. Will end up going down, and well, EGM doing his best to save his friend, but can't, in the end, help him out. Now the push comes mid. Feels like Alliance just finding the better pickoffs and a little bit more confident about their movements around the map, Winter. Ever since they got the Hex, it's proven to be a big difference maker. Now taking the tier 2 down mid and thinking about a high ground breach. They may try for this here. Buyback is available on Tusk. Beastmaster about to respawn. Perhaps hoping to force out a buyback. Not sure it will actually come as Quap commits, diving in deep, looking to bring down the Lina, but Lina is kept alive for now. Turns with Laguna, finishes off the Donger, and hangs onto the tower mid as well. And the chase may go the other way now. Rushing in, courtesy of the Shadow Blade, but has to be careful not to go too far. Low, and my nuts commits for the Echo. He baits it out, but doesn't end up getting caught at Stillwell. How good of a bait really was it when two other heroes got caught? Swift ending now pursued by the Lifestealer. Snowball crashing in, only connecting on creeps. A 2-for-1 so far. Lifestealer trapped in tower vision, but they don't have a Laguna. No way to kill him off. It looked like Pycat was planning on baiting the Blink Echo, but the rest of the team maybe not ready for that, and they end up getting caught in the crossfire.
I actually don't think he was baiting the Blink Echo. They were chasing because the Brute died, and they realized they have 5 heroes. But then halfway through the chase, I think someone realized it was a call, maybe the captain called, guys, stop chasing, there's still Echo Slam, and everyone started to back off. But they still got caught by the Earthshaker at the end, even though I think he only stunned one guy, the Disruptor, but
yeah,
he got the fissure on the Beastmaster, so they were able to still at least get 2 kills. The call came too late from the captain of whoever is captaining 4 clovers that they can't really chase out because of the Shaker.
Yeah, they are more of a hodgepodge type of team, and they have made quite a big roster
because
change.
Lina was like running in, like Lina was like, I feel the hot-headed person chasing there, and the captain was like, no, we can't chase, but it was already too late.
Well, I guess it fits the image. She's got the bright red hair, so only Pycat's just role-playing here. Only makes sense. Still the gem on the Dire squad when all the dust settles, and Lifestealer closing in now. We'll take a look at items. Winter, haven't talked about them for a while. Abyssal Blade coming soon for Loda if he wants to pick it up next. Bulldog already got the Blink. Maybe BOTs in the cards for him. We'll see. And outside of that, nothing too big.
You got an orb though. Is this a Lincoln's?
Ah, he did get an orb.
Good.
Just bought one.
Lincoln's is a good choice there this game. Because if you look at what's killing the Brute, it's either the Laguna or the Beastmaster Raw. And when he's BK bit, it's going to be either blocking one of those two. So I think it's an excellent choice here for the Brute Mother.
She's now taking over this Radiant jungle again, and the map's been a little more quiet here, having lost the gem earlier. They can't hunt the Brood so easily. They don't really have as much map control.
Yeah,
the network of webs extends.
They still have the book tree though, so it's still not that bad for them, but you really want the gem so that you can always constantly scout up for wards and the Root Mother.
That's an item that's really fallen off in popularity, the Necro Book.
I think it's only good on 1 or 2 heroes. I mean, Beastmaster is one of the few heroes that you can actually make very good use of the Necro Book. And obviously Lycan, these 2 other heroes that come to my mind when you talk about Necro Book.
Why do you think it fell off? Because the Necro 1 and 2 got buffed pretty substantially. Is there any particular reason? Is it just the gold that the creeps give now?
I think it gives away a lot of gold though. You get punished a lot when you give away the kill, and it's also because when Necro Book was really popular, Lycan and Prophet was like the hot picks of the meta, and right now the 2 heroes are not really that popular anymore.
It's a boar slaughter, a bit of a hunting excursion for Alliance as they start clearing out their side of the map. Maybe looking to push this tier 2 top.
This is really dangerous for 4 clovers right now. They need to rely on buybacks to defend this high ground. And you really don't want to buy back. If you are forced to buy back on the throw one more time, I think you essentially lose the game.
Oh, Bambo! Almost scouted out. They guessed the wrong direction. He will get out with the TP, but this is just what you expect from Sexy Bambo. He is going to be dangerous. You'll never feel comfortable, but sometimes he'll find the big plays.
I mean, he has to right now because he needs to buy time for his team. That is, I think that's the best like he can do. He can hope for to get. I think as a Beastmaster right now with a Necro Bow, you want to be able to use your Raw to kill the Shaker or the Witch Doctor and your Necro Bow, so you actually buy time for your team. I think he had the right idea. It was just unfortunate that there were so many heroes around there, so he didn't really want to go in.
Which specific items do you see him buying time for? The what are we? Scotty on Troll.
What else? Scotty, right? I don't think you get anything else right now on the troll. It's just Scotty.
And then what about the Lina here? He's got 3k nearly.
Buyback. He just needs buyback.
Okay.
The troll cannot afford to buy back, but the Lina can still afford for a buyback.
She does have her key items. It seems like as Quap initiates, trying to go in with the Lifestealer Bomb, but quick reactions. Blinky back to safety. Bambo will bait him out, and now they glimpse S4, who doesn't beat KB, has the Aegis still, just blinks away normally. No Static Storm committed there. They don't want to blow it on the Aegis. And, well, now the tower, glyphed as it's about to fall. They continue to siege this one out. Donger City a bit farther back, and they still hang on to this Laguna Blade for now. Blinking in, looking for the roar. The Ice Shards will trap out Ake. They decide Ake is not worth it. And now they're going for the glimpse follow-up, maybe? No. Not going to amount to too much here. Still, the siege continuing. Alliance, they've gotten their first objective mid. That's the tower. Now looking for a second lane of racks if they can grab this. They zero in on a game 1 victory here. This is single limb. Whoever loses the series, knocked out of the tournament. No room for error as they get off the Lifestealer Stone to start this thing off. Now the BKB comes out. Laguna will finish him off quickly, but the Death Ward from Ake on the low ground. Someone's got to cancel. They need a bash. Swift ending. Runs in. Where's the bashes? He just can't get one. And finally, the Witch Doctor falls, but did so much work already. S4 taking advantage of the opening here. He's blinked in rather far, though, and they may auto-attack him down. Blinking out. They glimpse him. Does he have the BKB available? No, he doesn't. He's dead once. He may die a second time. This could be bad, but they are focusing the mid lane with the Broodmother. Stun is there. Well-timed, well-placed, and with the Walrus Punch, they get the kill. The range racks the trade, but they lose 2 big cores here, Winter, and they don't get a melee.
That is a really big defense for 4 Clover. I think using the Lina buyback was, I think, necessary for them, but I feel like they got more. They got way more than Alliance did from that push. They lost the gem back, and they lost the Aegis. They lost, like you mentioned, the 2 important heroes, the Lifestealer and the Queen of Pain. So this is looking like a fight back from 4 Clovers. If they can actually get one more fight like this, they are going to be looking good going into the next 10 minutes.
And they almost have that Eye of Scotty. Swift ending, very underfarmed here, but he is close to it if he doesn't want to save for buyback. Let's see, pushing in the mid lane.
He shouldn't save for buyback. He should just get all his items, I think.
I don't think he's had a real new item for like 15 minutes, so I would certainly agree in that sense. They still have Echo here, though. Something to worry about if you're 4 Clovers. They rotate onto the top lane. This is the one that they want to breach.
Oh my god, the
But
creeps
Bulldog's
are
ratting in the mid lane. He's working on the melee Rex. The creeps are marching in free. Second lane of Rex from the Bulldog. Is he going to continue pushing? They're committed top lane, Winter. They are not backing, and Bulldog sees this. He's going to march back down mid. Still stalling here. Open wounds thrown out onto Swift ending. Just anything to delay. He's going to start working out tier 4 towers. They've got to make a choice now. Do they go all in? No, they TP out. Time for those TP cancels if they can find them. Blink Echo's available. Force. Blink Enchant Totem. Oh, at least they should get EGM here. Fissure coming out. Is there any sort of detection? Bulldog did get away. And he drops the kinetic field. Not going to escape. Clubbed slowly but surely. The Raptor will fall. And they got nothing for this. They did force out a glyph. That was about it.
I think they really shouldn't have tried to push though. I think they just needed to continue farming. That was not a very good move, I think. They didn't need to force to push the high ground, even though there was...
Uh-oh, look who's got a gem, but Bulldog now has the Lincoln Sphere, so he can't get this kill. And I think Pycat, realizing that, doesn't want to engage. The problem is reinforcements have arrived. Troll fighting his way onto Carl. If he gets the chain bashes, he could get this kill. Another bash, he's done it! Brings him down, now the Blink Roar, my nuts have fallen! And now Alliance scramble the retreat. Bulldog hits the eject and heads towards top. They are hunting him. They've got the Yules. They have the gem. Still the Lincoln's up. Can use this Yules and maybe just follow up with the stun. The BKB's on cooldown. He's going to go in now. Breaks the Lincoln Sphere. And the Laguna comes through. Does he look to turn? Has no lifesteal from the ultimate. He's going to go down. One more lean auto take. Gets the job done. Loda with the trade here. Bringing down the Beastmaster. But more heroes streaming in. Oh, he infests one, and they're going to start immediately walking the Necro Creep back. Come here, Loda. You're with us. No, he wants to run the other way now.
he should be able to control the Necrobolt, right? With the
Yeah.
you
I
mind
guess so
control
now.
the
And now
Necrobolt.
he's trying to run away, but the snowball comes in, and the auto attacks start going. It's about to die, popping out. Has the TP available, and the Rage as well. He's going to pop the Rage. Still getting kited here, day and night, and, well, buying time where creeps are doing the work on the mid lane. They're not even buying back. They're still getting objectives. Tier 4 dangerously low here. Alliance, as they so often do, winning through creeps, doing the lifting, and closing in here, Winter. They are giving up a lot of gold, though.
Yeah, that's why I felt it was a really bad move to push just now. If they had at least the melee left on the middle lane, I think they are going to be in a much better position. They just needed to drag the game out without losing. They don't have to push, basically. They just need to farm and hold their second set of racks, the second melee in middle, and just wait for the troll to get big. Right now it becomes really tricky because you're 2 sides down against the Brood. So the Brood can always go threaten your throne. He doesn't even need to go for the top lane anymore. The Brood can always just come into the lane and just kill your throne. So it's gonna be really tricky for 4 Clovers to push out right now. I think they need the Beastmaster. They need the Beastmaster to be on watch all the time for the Broodmother.
All of a sudden, though, Swift Ending is getting big items now. He just got the Eye of Scotty. Another 3k gold banked up. Troll is finally starting to get to that stage of the game where he could just man mode the entire enemy team if they're not careful.
You know the first fight where he was hitting the Witch Doctor, he didn't get any stun. When he was hitting the Queen, he got so many stuns. Like,
Ake just sat there, got off like a full duration Death Ward, and then poor S4 can't even get enough time to blink or breathe.
oh, they need the Hawk here. Oh, he knows he's inside.
Donger hiding in the
he's
trees.
gonna
They're
see him.
close. The Hawk is coming in now, and they do have that
Oh,
gemstone.
no, that
The
was
Lina
close.
just barely escaping, retreating through the trees, but he stops for a moment here, and if he's not careful, they may find him. He's waiting for the creeps to come in. Bottom lane, they are pushing here for Alliance. Now Invis. Ping comes out. There's the stun. Initiation. The roar. Follow-up. Laguna Blade still available. Will be used to get the kill there. Bulldog has buyback. May need to use it as the bottom lane marches in. They brought the Shaker here. They may just try to force the throne, Winter. 3 heroes rotating in. 1 with buyback available. Is there BOT gold? I think there just is. He may have to sell 2 items. Definitely the treads.
They're gonna force them, like you mentioned, to go back, but
They're going for Rax. Do Alliance go for Throne? Carl says yes. Jumps in, kills off the ward to start. Now working on structures, but Troll is quickly chewing through these buildings. There is a Radiant Glyph available. Carl gonna look to blink out. The Hex comes through onto Saxa, just stalling as best he can. While elsewhere, the Glimmer Cape was used by the Disruptor to try and get out. They don't finish off. The Tusk, who snowballs in a bit deeper, finds the stun on Ake. Walrus Punch connects. Ake now running for his life, but no mercy as they also almost chain stun Carl and bring him down. BKBs out of the Yules. Will blink away. They had that Lina Laguna, although she just ran out of mana now. But almost able to get the Quap kill as well. And they hold the tier 4s, I should say, and they don't have to glyph just yet. But Disruptor will die. Looks like he got caught. Static Storm was deployed.
He didn't have a TP when his team all TP'd out, so there was no way he was getting out. He was like, it's okay guys, I don't have a TP.
BOTs are the best possible item for 4 Clovers now. They've got 3. I think they're realizing it.
You think about the possibilities, right? Once the top lane pushes in, and as long as you have BOTs on all the heroes, you can just BOT and get thrown right away after you win a team fight. So yeah, I agree. I think BOTs are going to be the most important items right now for 4 Clovers.
They are going to take a Roche, though. We'll see how much this really matters. Buybacks.
Not so much though.
Yeah, there's 5 buybacks on the Radiant. They've got 10 lives here. Actually, make it 4 as Tusk just bought something. Oh, wards.
The Brood is kind of starting to feel like he's not a non-factor in team fights anymore. That's why Bulldog is not even trying to come to the fights. He's just basically doing his own thing, trying to get the throne. Or this top tier 2 tower is going to be what is saving 4 Clovers from getting all racks.
Yeah, is it worth Alliance grouping up to try and push that, or is that just too risky at this point, do you think?
I think 4 Clovers can easily win the fight right now, even though Alliance have... I think they have double cheese. They have 2 cheese. Yeah, they have 2 cheese and an Aegis. So I still think that 4 Clovers are strong enough to take that fight when it comes to their base.
Little blue, little Monterey Jack. Maybe some Swiss if this game keeps on keeping on. 51 minutes in. Still no clear victor. Alliance holding the map control edge slightly, but only slightly. 4 Clovers with the Hawk, with the multiple boosts of travel and the push are getting aggressive. Bambo finds the jump. He goes straight onto my nuts. My nuts caught out. My nuts down. Just butchered. Left in a bloody pulp there on the bottom lane, and now they may have to buy him back. Mid lane's being held. Top lane, the tier 2 still there. 4 Clovers looking to turn this game on its head, and S4 will buy the BOTs. Winter, this may be an all-in-play materializing here momentarily. Initiates with the Shadow Strike, but Swift has done a hell of a lot of damage to this tower. Lifestealer will engage BKBs to try and get out safely. Doesn't TP yet. Has the Blink TP. Into the trees he goes. They back down from the precipice.
This is much better from 4 Clovers. They are not trying to be greedy. They get something small, they back off. They get something small, they back off. They shouldn't be too keen in forcing too much, I think. This is the right play. Oh. This Lina is just really
Pyken, man, he's in deep. He's got the BKB as well as the Silver Edge available, and immediately Silver Edging out, but Carl does have detection for him, gets off the Shadow Strike. BKB, is he going to look to turn this? The team's coming in, he slaves even further. The tree's already cleared out, so he can keep on running his way back, and S4 still chasing for this. He may have overextended a bit. Oh, they don't want to commit. They're not sure how many heroes are behind. S4 is in way too far. He jumps into 5, he pops the cheese, bash to smithereens, drops the gem. Oh man, no respect for 4 Clover's ability to rotate. They're not done yet as EGM has actually scouted out Loda. They start slowing him down. Sure, he's got an Aegis, but he may die twice here easily. The Death Ward coming through. Will there be a bash this time? No bashes, Aki! No bashes! It doesn't matter. They tank through it anyway. Shaker will die again. Does have no buyback available, and now onto Loda, life number 2, death number 2, Quap TPing in, Alliance self-destructing Winter, absolutely crumbling as the snowball connects. It's Carl dead as well, a dieback on S4, and now it's all up to the Donger, pushing the bottom lane slowly, but there's a Radiant Glyph available. They've also got a bevy of buybacks if need be, and they are looking like they might turn this game. 4 Clovers, very close now.
Oh, they backed off, yeah? What? They're not trying to take another set of racks? Okay.
I think they've seen too many Alliance VODs. They've seen too many VODs.
Maybe they just forgot the Queen and the Earthshaker bought back the last time.
It was pretty chaotic there.
Yeah,
maybe that is what it is.
If they knew that there was no buybacks on the 2 heroes, you definitely just go. Because Brute is like useless. You have 5 heroes and they have only 2. So it's kind of like the numbers are all on their favor. I mean, it's still kind of fine right now for them. I think they can still definitely win, even though they didn't take advantage of that. They could have actually even forced the throne. I'm not sure. I think they actually had enough damage to at least break the tier 4 towers, 2 of the tier 4 towers with the troll. Yeah. They could have at least done some damage though, at the very least. That's weird for them to back off, but they're still playing it safe, and it's still possible for them to win.
Oh, it's definitely possible here. They've got 4 buybacks. Alliance have lives here to fight up against. Alliance, I think they popped all their cheeses. No, they've got 1 on my nuts. But that's not really a hero where it's going to make much of a difference.
It's always so fun to cast my nuts.
I think Kado Guy was the biggest winner of the team reshuffle. He really loves it.
You have cheese in your nuts.
That doesn't even make sense. Well, Alliance, man. I feel like they've been here before. Too many times, perhaps, for the comfort of their fans. So I'm not going to count them out, but it is feeling like 4 Clovers just flat out win fights. Well, unless there's an amazing Echo, maybe a crazy Death Ward. There's still a chance.
They're in this situation many times with a Wiz and Prophet. Not with a Brood Mother, sorry.
I just can't believe that Ake isn't getting bashed in these fights. That is so ridiculous. This troll hits him like 15 times.
Definitely not Spirit Breaker bash.
Yeah, confirmed not 17%.
So he's gonna get his Butterfly. Huh. That's gonna... I think he's gonna be very tough to bring down in fights. They can only bring him down maybe with spell damage from Echo if they can actually catch him before he pops BKB. Otherwise, once he pops BKB, I don't think there's any way for them to kill the troll right now. They can just knock on the front door and just take the racks. I don't think Alliance can allow that to happen. They need to try and take an initiation before if the troll reaches the high ground and he sees everything and he starts hitting your racks, then it's gonna be hard for Alliance to take a fight. They need to jump on them before they reach the high ground. Maybe with the Shaker first.
Bottom lane is pushing. There are 3 sets of boots of travel on Alliance, but it's only pushing slowly here. It's going to be at least another minute or so before those creeps breach the base. And Swift Ending, he doesn't have a minute to wait. He wants this lane over X right now. Gets Glimmered, already taking down the tower. They'll deploy a sentry, which is immediately broken. And the Sigil flies over the top here. They got the Maledict on him, but Swift Ending has the Butterfly. He's very difficult to focus down. And the creeps still slowly marching in bottom, just biding their time. Alliances hoping that they'll have a chance here to try and throne it. But Swift Ending stands strong in the front lines. This guy's still got full HP. He's got the buyback available along with the BOTs. He can rejoin the fight in a matter of moments and already muscles down the range Rex, forcing out the glyph. It's do or die now for Alliance Winter. Do they all in bottom? Assuming 4 Clover sticks around, but they may back off as the top lane starts to do its work, and they get scared again. They're going to play it safe once more. They do not want to lose this game to the Rat. And Alliance immediately try to cancel TPs on the way out. Swift Ending has the Blink Dagger as well as the Butterfly move speed, and he's sprinting, blinks through the trees. Now he TPs out. He is not taking any chances here. Nuts almost got him. Oh, that was close.
Well, at least they did damage this time. They took a tier 3, and the range rack is almost down. So they got something this time compared to the last time where they didn't even try to do anything. So this is a huge improvement, you know, LD. They did something this time.
Yeah, they did something. 6K up on the Lina, by the way.
They should have been able to at least taken the game already by now if they actually if they did damage the last time. Man.
I have this weird feeling that something terrible might happen to 4 Clovers because they didn't do it. Karma is a thing, Winter.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard right now because
they see the Beastmaster. Do they want to go on him? No, they find Saxa instead. They'll commit a decent amount of initiation here as well as the smoke, so everyone's revealed now. The Blink Roar goes, and it's on to Aki. They don't let the Switch Doctor do anything. Zapped and defeated immediately, but now the Troll rushing in and bashing down Loda. He doesn't stand a chance. Lina just right-clicking fools, and that's 110 seconds that Loda will spend thinking about how much it sucks being Lifestealer in this patch. He'll have a lot of time to mull it over. But 4 Clovers will also have time. And time means potentially the game. Now they push down mid. Now they've got their confidence. Tusk gonna buy back as well.
They can kill all the racks right now, the 4 racks.
They might even get to do a little fountain farming. We'll see. 90 seconds before the Lifestealer's back. 35 before they even get the Earthshaker. And there's no glyph available. This is just perfunctory, it seems. 4 Clover snatching the victory here from the jaws of defeat. Alliance outmaneuvered in the Rat game. Not often you say that, but it's a new patch. It's a new age. Well, it's not a new patch, but it's newer than the one where they excelled at the Rat. That's for sure. Swift Ending, taking down the tier 4 towers. 4 Clovers have done it, and Alliance will drop this game 1. I wouldn't say a heartbreaker, but a disappointing result after the way this game started.
You can say disappointing result, but at the end of the day, they had like too much limitations on the draft, you know, I feel. Yes, they had a really good start with the Broodmother and you know whatnot. They did good rotations, but their lineup just had so much limitations when it goes past 40 minutes though. And I think they needed to take one set of racks earlier, but they just couldn't, you know. It wasn't even them misplaying a lot, or I mean, there were mistakes here and there, but it wasn't too massive, and it just came down to the limitations of Lifestealer. He was like a non-factor in the late game. Like even the Brood was a lot non-factor. So.
Yeah, I mean they really didn't get much done. So, do you feel like it was mainly the draft here, Winter?
Yeah, I think the Lifestealer, if he was another hero, maybe they could have been more comfortable going into the late game, or maybe even a hero that sieges much better, you know, so that they could at least get the racks much earlier.
Yeah, or maybe even like a better vehicle, like maybe that Storm that we mentioned, the Nature's Prophet did get banned. Could have made a difference.
No, the thing is they really wanted the Brood though, so the Storm was out of the question already. They just really wanted the Brood.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
all right, well, with that, guys, that wraps up game number 1. It is a best of 3 here. Alliance trailing 4 Clovers and Leprechaun. Of course, I'm LD. You can follow me on Twitter at LDDota. He's DJ Winter at WinterDota. And big thanks to Alienware for saving us from the disaster at Gaming Paradise, bringing some European Dota to you guys this weekend. We'll be back for that game number 2 after this.